Hi guys, how have you guys been doing today? I've been doing very good today. So hey guys, Parker Loves the Ghost okay, the movie TV show review got here once again. So hey guys, I'm wondering how you guys been doing today. Well, I'm doing very good today. So today I'm doing a movie review on Scooby from 2007. The movie is written by Joe Skidstone. It's a 2007 animated film. And the movie stars Frank Welker, Scooby-Doo and Fred Jones, Cassie Cosmo as Shaggy Rogers, Minty Cohen as Velma Dinkley, Greg Delicious as Daphne Blake, Reen Abriones as Alfonso Lafleur, James Hong as the Haim Lama, Jeff Bennett as Tadeo Chillman, pilot, Kimmy Gus as Minga Sherpa, James Tsai as Pamba Sherpa, and Alfred Milan as Professor Jeffries. The film takes place in the Himalayas, revolving around Mount Everest in the search for the mythical hidden sea of Shangri-La. The story begins with a brief setup in Paris, France, before Jack and Scooby accidentally board the wrong plane and are stranded in the snowy mountains. Oh yeah, like this is where the movie takes place then. Oh yeah, this is like a Christmas movie of Scooby-Doo. The first one was The Curse of the 13th Ghost, and the second one is Chill Out. It basically takes place in the Himalayas, where Yetis live at. And so let's get into the plot of the movie without getting further too much away. The movie begins in the Himalayas, where we meet Pamba Sherpa, this guy, and Professor Jeffries. And they're hiking up on the mountains in the Himalayas. And Pamba's the only one who decides to leave while Professor insists they search for the treasure. So Professor goes up alone. This abominable snowman appears. Yeah, the snowman appears and begins attacking him. Slayer comes on to the Mystery Inc., who were hanging out in Paris and France. They're hanging out in the restaurant. They're hanging outside. So while they're hanging out in the restaurant, the group is wondering where Jack and Scooby are, but it's revealed that they accidentally landed on the wrong flight, which is instead of going to Paris, France, they're heading to Himalayas. The Himalayas where the Yetis live at. And someone is on the plane. His name is Alfonso Lifliari. Yeah, this guy right here, this one. And so once they arrive in the Himalayas, they meet Pemba, the same guy who was attacked by the Yeti in the Himalayas. The same guy who was attacked by the Yeti, you know, like the abominable snowman up in the mountains while they were hiking. They also meet High Lamite, this guy right here, High Lama. Oh my god. There's the pilot guy. Ugh. Yeah. Ugh. Ugh. And he also meet Manga Chirpby. And so once they meet up with them, they start hanging out with them in the Himalayas and the mountains. They told them about the Yeti that attacked them a few weeks ago up on the mountains. So Velma, Fred, and Daphne are now on the Mystery Machine, running all the way up to go to the Himalayas, where the Yetis live at. Where Jack and Scooby are at right now because they went on the wrong flight. They were supposed to be meeting up with them in the Himalaya in Paris and France. So I forgot to mention, Fred, Daphne, and Fred were back in this movie. This is the new movie where I revealed them in. And Scrappy Doo didn't appear in any more movies except for the live action movie from 2002. Yeah. That comes back to Jack and Scooby start hanging out in the Himalayas and the mountains. They meet old Chill Man. Yeah, so later during the night, Jack and Scooby were attacked by the Yeti, the evolved snowman. The one that Pemba was attacked by at the beginning of the movie. While he and Professor Jeffries were climbing up on the mountains, hiking up on the mountains at the beginning of the movie. Then Jack and Scooby meet old Chill Man. Yeah, this one right here. Oh. Yeah. I just won't. Oh, also, I was going to mention, Minga is a sister to Pemboy. And he knows how stubborn his sister is. Jack and Scooby stay in Doll's office in his room. It comes back to Velma, Duffy, and Fred. They just arrived in the Himalayas, and they meet Doll. So Daphne plans to head to the weather station, while Velma and Fred stay with Doll in his car. So come back to Chuck and Scooby, they're hanging out in the cave, and they got encountered by the Yeti, also known as the Abominable Snowman. And this is when they finally meet up with the group after a few minutes of them just been hanging out in the cliff on the mountains. Then it's revealed that the Yeti, the Abominable Snowman, is in the cave, plans to attack them. So we come to learn that Professor Jeffries was the one behind all of this, and he plans to take the treasure all for himself. They suspect him of being the Yeti, but he claims he isn't. So he plants the bomb inside the cave, and once it starts exploding, everyone gets out, and Jack and Scooby take the treasure from him. And once they all head out of the cave, they finally know who the Yeti is, and it's Mingai. So there was no real Yeti or abominable snowman. It was just a myth that Professor Jeffries was trying to cover up. It's revealed that while Jack and Scooby were attacked by the Yeti, Alphonse was attacked by the Yeti, but he was able to survive because something rescued him, which was the Yeti. So Minga apologizes for what she did, and everyone forgives her, while Professor Jeffries gets arrested for his crimes. And then after they completed the mystery of the Yeti from the Himalayas, they're hanging out back in Paris or France with the group. This time, Shaggy and Scooby are with them this time, because remember at the beginning of the movie, they weren't with them, they were on the wrong flight. This time, Fred was on the wrong flight, and he just arrived in the jungle. They just received a phone call from him, realizing that he's on the wrong flight. So they head into the mystery machine that plans to get Fred. So now let's get into the reveal of the film. I love the film. I thought the characters were really cool, and I thought the story was nice. And I love the Abominable Snowman in the movie. Yes, the main villain in it is Professor Jeffries. At first, Minga was bad, and then she turned good at the end. But the songs were really cool. And about the soundtrack was really nice. And about the special effects were really amazing. And also the visuals were really nice. Also the editing was fantastic. And also about the I thought the animation was fantastic. I also felt the direction was nice. I thought the background was so cool. About the structure was amazing, about the pacing was cool, and about steaming was very nice. And as for the about the cataracts is really cool. The cataracts, yeah, about cinematography was nice. About the photography was amazing. About the color in the movie was nice. About the atmosphere was amazing. About the writing was very amazing. About the acting was very nice. About CGI was cool. About the climax battle was amazing, and felt the end of the movie was very cool. So that's my I really enjoyed this movie. So like it's a 10 out of 10 S plus. Well, that's my movie review of Scooby-Doo from 2007. And if you guys can comment and share and subscribe to my channel. So I'll be seeing you guys next time, and goodbye everyone, see you soon until next time.